Günaydın, hoş geldiniz. Safalar getirdiniz. Ben konuşmamı Türkçe yapacağım. Ana dilimde daha iyi anlatacağımı düşünüyorum. Ben öncelikle kendimi tanıtarak sunumuma başlayacağım. 33 yıllık hekimim ve adli tıp bilim insanıyım. Tıp hekimiyim. Aynı zamanda moleküler biyoloji doktorasına sahibim.
A PhD on medical biology. Since the last 20 years, I am working with Ministry of Justice in forensics institution, and I'm at the head of substance abuse center. At the same time, I am the director of forensic science at Istanbul University. In academically and also on the field, I am really very active, and I have also a book on alcohol and driving. It's a book in Turkish. Today, I would like to talk to you about substances, what we have been through, and the history of our country. As it is of usage, we start presentations with short histories. Today, there are some substances that are used very commonly. One of these substances is, as you know, the cannabis. Cannabis was used since 3000 before Christ. I don't know if we have a guest from India. In India, it is even older, the use of THC, cannabis. Cannabis has accompanied some rituals, religious rituals, social rituals, and also some novels by some authors. This substance has been really, they made the advertisement of it in some way. There was a Club de Aşıcıoğlu in Paris in the 19th century. Victor Hugo, Alexandre Dumas, they all participated to this club. Unfortunately, at the second half of the 19th century, cannabis was used for medical reasons in some countries. This medical use is still ongoing in some countries, in some EU countries, in some states of the United States of America. Neuralgia, good cholera, epilepsy were the illnesses for which cannabis was used in the 19th century. And in the United Kingdom, in Marinol, there is a drug that is called dronabinol, which is authorized by Ministry of Health of the UK, and this drug is used for cancer patients. Cancer patients who are having chemotherapy to reduce puking. Is there such an effect? Yes, there is, but it has to be prescribed. It has to be under control. And cannabis sativa should be used in a drug and in a very controlled fashion. And in our country also, in 1940, in Turkish pharmacopoeia, the names of herba, cannabis indica was mentioned, they told me that there are some doctors among you. There is an illness called multiple sclerosis, MS, and some symptoms of MS can be calmed and reduced by the use of cannabis sativa. So this drug called Sterex is used, but which is illegal, is to get high with cannabis sativa recreationally. I am a forensics doctor, so today I am going to talk to you about forensic evaluation of marijuana. Which are the questions that are asked to forensic institutions? And I would like to learn from you what is your country experience. If you have such approaches, we can maybe have a collaboration, and if not, maybe we can assist you. Does the seed of cannabis sativa contain THC? The active matter of cannabis is THC. Cannabis sativa is the name of the plant, or cannabis indica. These are the names of the plant. And lately, cannabis sativa and cannabis indica have been crossed, and there has been an increase of the potence of this THC. With cannabis sativa, we have 3% of THC, but in this hybrid plant that you can see here, the active ingredient, which is the THC, goes up to 15%, which is increasing the harmful effect of cannabis. So do these seeds contain THC? This is the question that is asked. Our response is no. The seeds don't contain THC, maybe residually. There are some traces of THC in the seeds, so there is no commercial potential. The seeds are not the substance itself, because we know that cannabis can be used to produce fiber, and there is this use in the industry. So we are not considering illegal the seed of cannabis sativa. And the second question is the plant male or female? Is this plant that we have seeds a male or a female? The objective is that if it is a female, THC is increased. But this is a negligible difference. We say, do not ask us questions, such questions. This question is totally useful in everyday life. Another question, how much hashish is enough for daily use per person? In Turkish, we say marijuana and hashish for cannabis. Hashish and marijuana are different. I'm going to talk about this difference. It's also about the THC, the amount of active ingredient. ask us if this plant that is seized is for everyday use, can be smoked every day. So the person, is he a user or is he a sailor, seller, uh, a dealer? The Supreme Court in Turkey has 14 articles in the case law. For example, they have followed the person, they have followed the telephone calls, etc. But some points that are medical points are asking to us. For example, the person says, I am a user, I am using only, and this is a use, a quantity that is enough for my everyday use. And also, after taking a urine sample, we can see if this person has been using or not. If he has not been using, if there is no trace in the urine samples, he has not been using. Marijuana versus hashish. I have to talk to you about this difference. The substance has more or less THC amount according to the method of obtaining it. For example, the people who are producing, if they wake up very early, they take a raincoat and they try to rub themselves to the leaves of the plant, because this is where there is the most THC, the little leaves, the little extremity leaves, exactly like the tea. In Rize, we produce tea, and these very little leaves of the tea are generally exported. We can't consume these. These that you are seeing here are the dews. This is the morning dew. It's a kind of resin, which is containing THC. And this hybrid cannabis is called shank on the market. The speaker before me had talked about this. I'm going to talk about this also. Alcohol and also cannabis or any substance its use is banned in the traffic. For a person that is driving, they ask to us about the effect of different substances on a driving person. This subject could take a whole seminar, but I'm going to give you a summary. In Ministry of Justice, we have taken one decision. Any substance, even if any substance is detected in the blood, even if it is very few, we think that it is affecting the driving safety. If in a urine sample there are some traces, the urine sample is not seen, a substance in a urine sample is not seen as affecting driving safety, because in the urine the substance can linger days and days. For alcohol, we have a regulation, very serious regulation. You blow into a tube, into a device, and in a randomized fashion, you can measure the level of alcohol of drivers. But for substances or narcotics, when a driver is suspicious, and if he has no alcohol in his blood, then he is sent to the hospital for urine and blood samples. These analyses are done, but these analyses are not conducted using a device called GSMS. There are preview scan tests, and if the person has no cocaine, no cannabis, nothing, after these preview scan tests, then this person can go on driving his car. But if he is positive after this test, we will take his driving license from him. GCMS or LSMS devices are used to do another test for confirmation. And if it is confirmed that this person has taken these substances, then the process starts. For driving safety, we are not taking into consideration the amount of the substance in the blood or the urine. In Norway, for example, it's not the case. It's like the alcohol. They have some thresholds. If the 50 milligram DCL in our country is a threshold, in Norway or other European countries and in some states of America, for the cannabis also there are such levels that are taken into consideration for driving safety. We don't do that. These researches, these analyses might have a meaning for them. For our countries, for the countries that I'm seeing in this hall, I think that this is not important at all. The amount is not important. And it is a very dangerous process. And if they had taken each and every person that have some traces of substances, nobody would have a driving license. For example, in Czech Republic. Thanks to God, in our countries, it is not the case. We have some religious elements that are causing this. We have some family ties that are really strong. This is why we should never consider the amount of substance in the blood. And also, very often, they ask us another questions. In prisons, in dormitories, professors have some rates. They have some rates in working places also. Sometimes they take randomly 3 or 4 people, and if there is cannabis in their blood, some of them will say, I have not been smoking, but I was subject to second-hand smoke. I have inhaled passively. This is the defense that we are encountering very often. And we have some conditions, how many people smoked, what is the meter cube of the place, what is the THC that has been consumed, what is the concentration, level of concentration and purity of THC. We are evaluating all these questions, but generally we don't take into consideration these kinds of defenses. As I had told, THC is used for medical reasons. There are some defenses. I am in England, and the doctor prescribed this to me, so I use this. What do we do? In my institute, we are analyzing, and If he has only THC, this means that he has been smoking, he has been taking the plant. If he has THCV in his blood, then he is right, he has taken the pill, so we can accept his defense. So we can approve or disapprove his defense after this analysis. And is it possible to harvest cannabis at home? Is it possible to harvest cannabis in your garden? For example, if a person has 3 feet of cannabis, they say the birds took it because of the neighbor. I haven't planted it. I don't know, etc. These are the defenses that we encounter. We don't take these seriously. If there is a field, illegal field, 1 or 2 roots can be taken with the wind or by the birds. It is possible, yes. But there has to be a big field very near. And this is an anecdotal story. Very recently, we had such a case also in Turkey. There are some chocolates with THC in it that have been caught. This lady with his husband, Leslie Gibson, is suffering from MS, and MS can cause very heavy aches, can cause some articulation problems, and this lady has a chocolate a chocolate factory, and he has tried on herself cannabis chocolate, and then she started to sell it, to give it away, and at the end she has sold 36,000 chocolates, and she has been judged, and the patients were supporting her because she was helping people. But unfortunately, well, it is not unfortunately, but this illegal use has been penalized. So there is another research on Shakespeare. A paleontologist, Dr. Francis Thackeray, found THC contamination on 2 mud pipes from Shakespeare's museum.
Bahçesinde kazılar sırasında
During the excavations, during some diggings, a paleontologist found some mud pipes that are used in smoking, and substances were analyzed, and as a result of the analysis, THC was found, and they're asking whether Shakespeare was a THC user. And the following expressions are from Shakespeare's sonnets. You all know Shakespeare is a poet, and in his 27th sonnet, he says, travel to brain. And his 118th sonnet, he says, appetite-reducing substances, and wild weeds and strange mixture at 76th sonnet of his poems. And I would like to talk about some opioids. Purity level of the opioids is frequently asked to us, and also the analysis of those biological samples is required. And another question is about sexual and other assaults. Do the people under the effect of substance defend against some sexual or other assaults? Okay, let me talk you about cocaine. Cocaine is extracted from erythroacetylene coca. It has 2% of the substance at leaves of the plant, and Incas used to use it in the past in order to have an effective working result. And Edward Weston walked 24 hours without resting. He broke a record. Non-stop 24 hours he walked. Yes, this substance can make you walk, but after that it can make you die. And forced march was sold in Antarctica in the past, Africa in the past, and it is the original prescription of Sigmund Freud. Even Sigmund Freud used to prescribe cocaine for his patients and inherits stores in UK. A welcome gift including this substance used to be given, and these are all games. These things are just to manage and control your perception. In the past, hotels in Turkey were not at their best, and there were no sugars or gifts or apples. I think you stay at less Ottomans. Do they give you apples or sugar or sweets or candies in the reception? Okay, great then. In many hotels, there is a welcome gift right now, but in the past, I thought that it was a great gift. It was just to increase the satisfaction level of the customer. I really liked it. But then it was a meeting, it was a conference about drugs, narcotics, and my friend told me it was not just to please you, it was on purpose. As you know, cannabis decreases the blood sugar. Uh, Users can suffer from hypoglycemia. Uh, and sometimes users say that I'm a diabetic patient, that's why I use this substance. Of course, we do not buy this, but uh, it is just to increase the blood sugar level when they are suffering from hypoglycemia, and we thought that it is just to please the customers. Okay, many people, many celebrities are drug users. That lady was in prison for 3 years. She was released very recently, and these celebrities, Turkish ones, I know many of them. I was making the analysis of their blood tests, and Britney Spears, of course, it was not just to create a fashion with this hairstyle, but she was found guilty. How to pass screening tests? As you know, it can be done by hair. If you want to have a retrospective screening test, your hair is very helpful. Let's say you have 30 centimeters of hair. 30 centimeter can give us information about what that person has done in 30 months. So if that person used any kind of narcotics or intoxicants or substances within 30 months, we can make this retrospective screening test. So she had her hair cut like this, and many people, knowing this information, could take precaution like this against any legal processes. Turkish Airlines has this implementation. When the personnel of Turkish Airlines comes at the airport, they are controlled, they are checked in some ways. So there's the card of the person, and an alarm is given, and if the alarm is given, then it is a danger, possible danger for narcotics or intoxicant or substance usage. It is a big danger for the aviation, as as you know. Adulteration methods are available on Google. You can find many adulteration methods. Adulteration methods mean that you can mislead the people, you can deceive the people with using those methods. Many adulteration methods are available. Some commercial products are available for you to make the adulteration very successful. So each and every thing can be supported with some commercial product, and there is a way to make certain things commercialized. Dilution of urine. It is important. If I take the urine example of a person, we do not send it to the analysis right away. We looked at the gravity density of the urine. It must be between these levels. If it is below 1003, it means that person tries to drink too much water to dilute his or her urine in order to deceive the authorities. Okay, I will conclude my speech. I know I have exceeded my time, but I'm about to finish. I think you are not bored of my presentation. This is what I see from here. Cut. Let me talk about cut. There are many guests from African countries. Can you please raise your hands? African country representatives, welcome once again.
Mesela bu kat maddesi
Cut.
bize yaklaşık ilk kez 6 yıl önce
Cut was introduced into Turkish markets 6 years ago. It is from Somalia, not Sudan. It is from Somalia. But a UK citizen coming from Somalia departed from London, and Turkish policemen were warned, and in his backpack he was known to carry cut plants, and he was followed and he was caught. Cut plant, unfortunately, even in many Muslim countries, not allowing alcohol is tolerated. It is not an innocent plant. Maybe because of political purposes, cut is allowed, like in Brazil. In Brazil, in the past, football was promoted a lot so that citizens were not suffering from their poverty. So cut users may be pleased. It can be a political way to please the citizens. It is like this. I have not seen this, but from the anecdotal information and literature, I know that some people use it like this. So they are, shoemakers, and they are making the shoe, and on one side they have cut plant on their mouth, and they are absorbing it, they are chewing it. Yes, it is an etheric material, and it is an addictive substance as well, and the addiction level is too high. 6 years ago, that substance entered into my laboratory, and ambassador of the country in Turkey struggled a lot against our law. It's like parsley or something else sold in groceries, local markets. It is sold in everywhere in streets. Of course, people do not prefer harvesting banana. They prefer harvesting this plant because it is much more productive, producible. It gives 3 times or 4 times more fruit than other kinds of plants. And I think it's a big danger if it is not prevented. What is this? The question of the day. It is a drug. It is a medication. Alvalin. It is called as Alvalin. Einamellosing. It is understood, I think, by your side as well. It is licensed by Germany. And 3 to 4 years ago, one of my relatives knew that I'm a physician, I'm a doctor, asked me. I took a pill and it is dropped into my mouth, and I'm laughing a lot. Then my alcoholic friends, when we are on the table, my friends consume alcohol, they do not laugh like I laugh after I get this drug. And he told me that I lost 6 to 7 kilos, and I knew the effects of these substances, these alerting substances, and the drug. He sent me this drug. It has catin and catinone, some active ingredients of the intoxicants are available in Alvalin. Websites of this drug was closed in Turkey, and it was sold in some pharmacies in high income levels, regions, districts of Turkey. And obesity, you know, the people, especially women, were trying to use this medication to lose some pounds, but we prevented that danger. You know, different ways to deceive laws. Magic mushroom, for example. Magic mushroom, it is harvested in Black Sea region in our country illegally, but normal mushroom is raised in our country a lot. But magic mushroom is a very dangerous mushroom type. It can make you addictive to it. We included magic mushroom into dangerous substances list. But now it changed its way to come into our country. It is earth, it is soil. It is not a mushroom, but it is soil or earth or particle, powder version of mushroom. On the customs, it was found, and they didn't know what was it. They sent it to us. We waited for a while. We put some water, and it also was under the sun, and after that it became magic mushroom. But back then it was not listed under the dangerous goods or substances coverage, so at least 10 times from this product you can harvest addictive materials. Okay, it is a psychoactive material. It is a green liquor. It is served with different rituals in the cafes and restaurants in some high level places. It is absent. It is from a plant called as Tijon. It is as effective as cannabis, and it must be prohibited. This is Pablo Picasso's painting. Pablo Picasso's absent drinker painting from 101. Okay, last part comes. New psychoactive substances. It was initiated in Europe in 2000, and in 2007 it entered into Turkey. One policeman called me on the customs and told me we found a new chemical, new substance in 3 million. But we analyzed it, it was not amphetamines or something else or cannabis, and gangsta of 7 persons. I don't want to give the names of the countries of these gangsters. Judge release these people, but please make an analysis and tell me what is this. And we found out that it is benzylpirazi. Benzylpirazi. I'm not sure whether you have heard about this or not. Benzylpirazi. I was not familiar to this, and I made a research on it, and I found out that it has highly big alertive feature. They were marketed as herbs at the beginning with the name bath salts, research chemicals, fertilizers for plants, synthetic cannabinoids, synthetic catinones, tryptamines, phenethylamines, and others followed each other. After I prepared my presentation, Actually, I prepared this presentation 2 months ago, and approximately 450 NPs are seized till now. I don't know about your country, but in the criminal code, there is a very important principles of legality, universal principles of criminal law. I'm not sure whether you have that principle in your country or not, but I'm talking about synthetic catenones. This is the indole ring. I'm not sure whether any chemists are with us. It is naphthalene ring, and in between there are some substances having 2-3 carbons, and it has this tail. Here, when you look at this one, this to that, that to that, these are added on top of each other, and a variation is created. And actually, thanks to this, they can deceive the law, because law says the name of the substance must be written clearly. Because all you know is that if the material is not prohibited when the crime is committed, pros prosecutor perpetrators are released. So they did these variations in order to change the name, the real ingredients, main ingredients of the substance, and they got away with their crime. So it was like a dog and cat chase. We were chasing after them. Uh, I don't know about your countries, but we issued a generic law. Before the substance was given a name, we designed the chemical architecture and structure of those substance variations. So right now, thanks to this change, I can give you that we are better in catching and capturing people. Okay, I know that you're a bit tired. Naming of synthetic cannabinoids. John William Hoffman in Hebrew University in Israel, they found a different product, and it is Alexandros Makrianis from Greece. I would like to talk about AKB48 because the number of the substances has increased a lot. Now it is not named after the inventor of the substance, but now everything is defined with some numbers. Amphetamines or methamphetamines are described as ecstasy. And on the tablets, there is the logo. For example, Mercedes logo or Eros logo. Eros, goddess of law, love, so that it can create sympathy for the consumers. XLR11, it is not innocent. It is the first liquid rocket fuel. So it says that if you swallow this pill now, you're as strong as a rocket. This is the message given to the youngsters. You do not get tired, exhausted at all. You can dance up until the morning. AKB48. AKB is the name of these girls. As you all know, synthetic cannabinoids have been marketed under the name of herbs. They were saying that these are herbs, these are plants, and they were free of harms. Now, fortunately, everyone knows these are synthetic materials, not natural materials, but this AKB, Akihabara. In southern Korea, there is a district called as Akibahara, and these are the Spice Girls of South Korea, like in the United Kingdom, Spice Girls of Korea. They are 48 and they are on the stage 24-24, and they are on the stage in AKB, Akibara. So what does it mean? You can dance up until the morning. You can be very beautiful or handsome, and etc. And herbs used for bath. Synthetics are not sprinkled on the parsley or something else. Their names are on the aphrodisiac materials, not on the parsley or something else. synthetics are added on top of some other aphrodisiac materials. It is bonsai synthetic cannabinoids. As you see, it is how it is manufactured. These sprinkles, these particles are the plants, and they are here in this bathtub, and the synthetic powder is sprinkled on top of this based on the material's type. It can be added with water or something else. It is not hygienic, as you see. They are manufactured in an anti-hygienic environment. And unfortunately, we see some toxicants like mice, drugs or other drugs.
Aile çocukları bundan korkuyor ama asıl bağımlı olan ya da kullanan korkmuyor. Aksine
Like levimizole or propanol or ketamine. I'm saying that no drug dealer wants his customer to be that. Poison is added involuntarily because it is manufactured in very horrible environments. There are mice going around that manufacturing environment, and unfortunately some amount of it can penetrate into the substance. Okay, this is my last slide, prescription forgery. I was the witness, I was expertise witness. The diagnosis is gastric cancer. And petidin, morphine, was prepared by the addict by himself. It is a forgery prescription. This is fraudulent. It has the diagnosis, prescription, and cachet, and also signature, date. Everything is almost the same with the original prescription. Okay, this is all from my side. This is my university. Please pay a visit to our university. It is a historic building. It is from Ottoman Empire, 1300s. It is located in Beyazıt. We have a very big project about sewage analysis. From sewage water, we make drug analysis. So millions of cubic meters of sewage water, we can analyze the drug. And our purpose is to find out which district dwellers use more drugs, or is there any different materials on the sewage. And also when you urinate, metabolite of the substance can be detected. But if we can directly find the material, not the metabolite, we can notify the policeman. We can say that there is the plant house, there is manufacturing house of this substance. We can collaborate with you if you want. We can cooperate with you. We can also work with you in-house. Thank you very much for your attention.
Sorularınız varsa 2-3 tane alabilir.
If you have any questions, we can get 3-4 questions.
Left here, and I will keep the Turkish also, because I don't want to I don't want to miss your questions. Okay.
Değerli hocam, çok güzel sunumunuz.
Thank you for your presentation. Very informative presentation. I'm from Azerbaijan, and I am wondering, since 3 years, maybe 5 years, in our supermarkets, there are energy drinks. These energy drinks, instead of water, they are selling energy drinks. Have you conducted researches about this? These energy drinks, all the youth are drinking.
Sorunuz için teşekkür ederim.
Thank you for your question.
Bu eksik kalan bir konuyu
This was a lacking point in my presentation. It is the opportunity. It gives me the opportunity to talk about energy drinks. Yes, these energy drinks are one of the most important dangers, threats. Even some innocent energy drinks, because 90% of in 90% of the cases, there are some ingredients that are not announced on the packaging. For example, we have sildenafil, sibutramine, or caffeine. Caffeine is not a simple substance. Caffeine is in Coca-Cola, in coffee, and caffeine in a controlled manner. When you use it in a controlled manner, it makes you awake. But if you are abusing of caffeine, give to a dog a caffeine, for example, you will see that he can't stand on his feet. He will be completely uneasy and completely agitated. And unfortunately, there are these kinds of substances that are put in energy drinks. 1 week ago, there has been a new legal regulation in Turkey about energy drinks. No, there has been a regulation for the ingredients. If there are ingredients, illegal substances that are detected, then the seller is considered as a drug dealer. Thank you for your presentation. Microphone, please. Thank you. I'm from Bulgaria, Green Crescent. It was a very informative presentation. In the beginning, you said that you had a book. Would you like to give us the title of this book? I would like to buy it and read it, please. Could you show my email address? Not only for the book, but for any question, I would like to help you. I'm going to give you the name of the book. Can you put on the screen my email address, please?
اسمي سودة جوب من السنغال. شكرا سعادة الدكتور على
I'm coming from Senegal. I would like to thank you for your presentation. Our Prophet said that there are a lot of hadiths about wastage, wastefulness.
في العالم. كيف السبيل إلى التخلص؟
Nedir hocam? Kurtuluş nedir? Yani bunlar her yerde var ve kullanmaya devam ediyor. Sizce kurtuluş nedir? Bunların tam nasıl kurtulabiliriz?
Bizim ülkemizde bir çocukken çok duyduğumuz daha böyle computer
That we were hearing a lot while the computers were developing. We were hearing a lot this saying in Turkey. If you ask a question, if you can ask any question to the computer, but if you say to the computer, "How are you?" the computer will be really confused. You have asked such a question to me now. It is a very difficult question. We have to take measures. We have to make preventive measures in each and every meeting. This is what I am saying. There is something that we call triage in medicine. If you are an ER doctor, there are 3 patients. One cardiac patient, one has a headache, and the other has been stabbed. He's bleeding. Which one of these will you treat first? First of all, you will treat the bleeding one, and then the cardiac patient, and then the headache. We have limited resources, limited financial resources. We have to canalize these limited resources in a good manner. I think that if we have 100 lira, 90 lira should be used for prevention. But what we are doing is we are spending more money for rehabilitation, which is more costly. We should first of all hinder a kid from becoming an addict, becoming dependent of substances. We should use our money for prevention services, preventive measures. We have to stop the kids from becoming addicts in the first place.
Okay, last question from Telya, and then
We can discuss on the tea break.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry for...
Thank you for your presentation. And just a little bit, I want to share about how the substance used can pass the screening test by the urine test in Thailand. Most of the user that
Nasıl geçiyor bunu anlatmak istiyorum Tayland'da. Bizde de idrar testi var. Çok fazla limon, ananas ve bu gibi meyveler yiyorlar. Böylece maddenin idrardaki varlığı azalıyor. İdrar testinin sonucu böylece negatif çıkıyor. Tayland'da böyle bir yöntem izleniyor. Siz de sunumunuzda bahsetmişsiniz. Bir sorum olacak. İstanbul'da hapishanede yatan suçlular için acaba testler yapılıyor mu?
Az önce söylediğim gibi gerek cezaevlerinde gerekse toplu yaşam olan yerlerde belli aralarla bizde test yapılır ve az önce söylediğimde siz herhalde kaçırdınız. Bu pasif inhalasyon genelde o tür yerlerde söz konusu iddia olarak, savunma olarak söyleniyor. Hapishanelerde belli aralarla randomize olarak bu testler yapılmakta. Peki, teşekkür ediyorum. Thank you very much.